I'm at the 3rd annual Black Effect Podcast Festival. It's lit. I step outside because it's loud in there. But yeah, I done met Mandy B, Lauren LaRosa. I was looking for Jess Hilarious, but I don't see her, so. And I want to I'll let Charlamagne, man, you know I'm trying to get my book on that Black Privilege Publishing. Yeah, I don't know where he went. But yeah, they wouldn't let me bring my camera in because I didn't get a media pass. But I talked to the people, somebody that worked for iHeart, and I definitely should have a media pass next year. So yeah, stay tuned for the footage because I still did something with my phone. I got some good footage. But yeah, it's podcast like, man, you know the vibes. We outside.
Who is right?
You gonna fold.
I got a black character. What's your favorite food of all time? Food of all time? That is a fat ass question. I'm gonna go.
What's going on? Okay. We have some incredible panelists coming to the stage for this incredible topic. The first person, it is an honor for me to announce Charlamagne the God. Charlamagne is a cultural force in media, co-host of The Breakfast Club, founder of the Black Effect Podcast Network. We wouldn't all be here today without him. And creator of Black Privilege Publishing. He's also the founder of the Mental Wealth Alliance, focused on expanding. There you go.
I gotta do all that now. How y'all?
Y'all know that. I'm gonna give this lovely lady her full introduction, okay? Miss Debbie Brown is coming to the stage next. You can clap. Debbie Brown is a leading wellness educator and host of the Deeply Well podcast.
Debbie Brown.
And then next, we have Dr. Jay Barnett, a former pro football player turned mental health advocate, therapist, and best-selling author. We can clap for that. Thank you.
Jay. Dr. J.
And finally, we have Dr. Sean Dalton Bethea. Dr. Bethea is a physician specializing in regenerative medicine, integrative wellness, and functional healing. Welcome. Hey, y'all.
What's up, Amber? ATL, how y'all feeling out there? Thank y'all for coming.
Hey!
So today we are talking, prioritizing mental health and wellness and our physical health. So I want to open up with a question for all of you as you all bring such a different perspective to this conversation. Why is it so important for Black people to think of their health proactively and not just when something goes wrong?
Take it away.
All right, well, we coming in with the heavy-hitting questions. Because we deserve to take care of ourselves. We deserve to center ourselves in our lives. And I think part of the Black experience, especially in America, has been about a lot of forced working, a lot of hard work, a lot of martyrdom. And we are dying faster than almost any other race in this country, you know? And a lot of the science that comes out that I'm so grateful for in the last few years is showing very literally, and I know everyone might have heard this term, but the issues are in the tissues. The experiences that go unexpressed, the hard work that has been a core foundation in so many of our lives and our families, our moms, our grandmas, those stories don't leave, right? The societal, the systemic oppression, it doesn't leave. And then you just have regular day-to-day life friction. Life is hard, no matter who you are. And so I think, you know, we have had to force ourselves to not take care of ourselves because there wasn't time, there wasn't space, there may not have been resources, there may not have been people that cared, especially throughout history. But this is the moment that we really get to center ourselves, center our health, take care of our bodies, and express all the feelings that we have inside. Be able to get angry, be able to get sad. All of these are necessary parts of the human experience that ultimately help us feel a lot more free and a lot more regulated and peaceful inside.
Jay.
Y'all clap it up for Debbie.
Yes.
That's reducing our risk for diabetes, insulin resistance, non-fatty liver disease, high blood pressure, cholesterol, all those sorts of things. will help to get that physical status straight, and that's going to give us the longevity that we need.
Thank you.
So, for the brothers in here, and I want to share this, we have to become better at saying that we're not okay and we need help. And I want to say that again. We have to become better at saying we're not okay and that we need help. This Superman complex is killing us. It's really taking us out. And one of the things that I was like 22 when I was battling depression, but I didn't know it. And it was my barber, and I have to say this, it may come off as comedy for some, but I lost all of my hair here.
You didn't have no edges yet?
Yeah, I didn't have no edges. Didn't have no edges. And my barber was like, man, what's going on? And I didn't even know what was going on. And this is my red hair, this is not a unit. And no, no shade to the brother that wears it. But I didn't realize that my body was telling me that something was wrong. And typically for most black men, it's when you go to the hospital for an emergency, that's your first doctor's appointment. And we have to learn how to pay attention to the signs, brother. Women listen to their bodies. Brothers will go around, they got a pain in their chest for the past 6 months. And by the time they go in, the doctor said, well, could have saved you, brother, had you got it 8 months later. So brothers, I want to encourage you, it's okay to take inventory and pay attention to your body when something is off. If you had a headache for longer than 3 days, brother, you may need to say, I may need to get this checked out. And maybe you're under a amount of stress and you don't realize the stress because a lot of us are operating in survival because it's our normal. So pay attention to your bodies, and that's specifically for the brothers.
Can I get absolutely? Thank you, my God, that was powerful and so important because I think that's what sometimes we are missing when we're struggling with our mental health or too much stress is our mind-body connection gets turned off. So you can have these aches and pains, you can have things happening inside of your body, but you're kind of disassociating, you're jumping out of your body, so you're not feeling it, so you're not taking care of it. I want to share a few signs of just being overly stressed out. Because usually that is like the earmark for getting into sometimes heavier situations. And I know for myself, in my journey, I was really awakened to needing to check on myself physically because I started holding stress, like my eye would twitch. Has that ever happened to anybody? You're so stressed out when your eyes just starts twitching. It's an early sign of burnout. It's a sign that your body is stressed out and you need to find a way to get some real rest and relaxation, nervous system regulation. If you find yourself ever breaking out into a rash, sometimes we're just like, oh, that's a little eczema, or that's this, I'm gonna get the Aquaphor. If your body is breaking out in rashes, that could be a sign that you are taking on too much stress, too much life friction. So pay attention to those little things that may clear up in a couple days, because those are usually the markers that something a little bit deeper is happening that you might want to pay attention to.
Oh, man. I mean, you just have to really care, right? Like, I always say we'll spend more time taking care of our material possessions than we do our own bodies. Like, we can be very superficial. We'll make sure to go grab a rag and make sure our sneakers are clean. All of us grew up where we probably couldn't afford enough with that one white pair of sneakers. We would go get that toothbrush and make sure that it was, meticulously clean. So why would we do that same thing with our bodies? You got a nice car, you got your rims on it, you make sure that your rims are clean. Why don't you look at yourself in that same way? Like, we put value on so many things, but we devalue ourselves. When all we got is this, you can buy more sneakers. You could probably get more rims, but you're only gonna get, one heart, right? You're only gonna get one mind, you're only gonna get one body. So why don't we look at ourselves like we're the most valuable possession that we actually have?
Absolutely.
So good.
Dr. Bethea, I'll speak my own truth. It took me about 15 years to address my iron deficiency. So I want to ask you, how do deficiencies like vitamin D, iron, magnesium, how do those things affect our mental health, and what should we be looking out for?
Sure. So
let that belly be nice and soft. And if you feel comfortable with this, you can gently close your eyes. If you don't feel comfortable closing your eyes in this setting, try to just let your gaze be a little bit lower. And that way you can still sense what's happening around you, but you're able to relax your eyelids a little bit. And now as you connect to the sound of my voice, I want to invite you, we'll do this 3 or 4 times together, to take a really deep, full inhale through your nose that's going to start your belly and rise up your chest. And then we're going to do a release through our mouths with a sigh. So begin your inhale here, nice, slow, and deep through your nose. And release. Inhale through your nose. Release. Inhale through your nose, slowly full. Hold, hold, hold. Release. We'll do one more together here. Deep inhale through your nose.
Interesting, right? Because we call it grounding. My good sister Debbie Brown always talks about grounding, and she always told me to take your shoes off. Go walk around barefoot in your yard. But I'm from the country. I'm from Moncks Corner, South Carolina, right? So when you think about some of the most freest times in your life as a child, some of the most freest times in your life was running around outside, barefoot on the dirt roads, running around in the grass, inhaling that air. We kind of got away from that. When we were younger, they would tell us, man, go outside, go play outside. Now everybody's, trapped in their house. They're disconnected from the earth. And we wonder why we're so out of whack sometimes. And so it's like, these practices have existed for years, but a lot of them are things that we've already been doing, we just forgot about. And we just got to be intentional about doing that.
Absolutely. Thank you. And you are actually hugging the trees.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll go, put my back against the tree, put my forehead against the tree, say a prayer, just look up to the sky. Man, it's so funny how, we have smartphones and everybody's always looking down. But it's just like, man, sometimes you just look up to the sky and you look at the sun and you look at the clouds and you just inhale that air and you just say a prayer and you'll feel such a connection. Like one of my favorite things to do is I like being in the water and looking up directly at the sun. I always feel like that's a direct line to God when you do things like that. So for me, it's just about, getting back in nature and understanding that we're connected to that. Sometimes it just makes you feel better as an individual. We had the conversation earlier about taking care of your body, right? Sometimes if you just go out into the earth and you look around and you say, man, God created all of this and He created me. You understand that it's a connection between you and all of these things, and we just got to be intentional about creating that connection again.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of us being stuck in the house and
Breakfast Club in the morning, or get on my podcast, Brilliant Idiots. I always try to be as transparent as possible. So when I first started going to therapy, because I was dealing with my anxiety and my bouts of depression, I was speaking from the heart and speaking about, what it is I was going through. And then as I started to, go to therapy and start peeling back all of these different layers of different traumas that I had experienced, I was sharing that with the audience as well. And then, through those conversations, I would have people come up to me and start talking to me about, their various issues. Or, people would come up to me and start saying, my brother started going to therapy because of you, or my husband started going to therapy because of you. And you start to meet, a village of people, like, Dr. J. Barnett. Debbie's been in my life for almost 20 years. So, this person that you see right now, she's always been this individual. And so, as she was going on her journey, and then she started hearing me having those conversations, she was guiding me along the way. So it really was just a cry for help that turned into something that, was way bigger than me. And so whenever I get the opportunity, like I said earlier, to use it to be able to amplify these experts' voices, I'm going to do that because I know how much, me going on my healing journey assisted me.
thank you so much. You all speak so well, specifically on this topic, and I would love I'll open the question for anyone. How can someone out here in the audience and begin to unpack trauma?
lying.
No,
I think you're lying. Because I'm just looking at their faces, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, black people be lying. So,
she likes our podcast.
you watch it?
What that say? Oh, Brittany the Stud Muffin, right here. She likes our podcast.
Okay, I'm gonna test you then.
Okay.
You ready? I'm testing everybody that think they watch the Army Money podcast. Here we go. Top 5.
She don't like
Your
our shit.
top 5. Top 5. Your top 5. Armies. Tell me R&B songs. Yeah. We gotta go before you go. Here on the show, everybody let me know in your top 5. Yes.
He wasn't going to you weren't going to sing today. You said you wasn't going to
No, I was at the show.
Okay.
So, if you don't mind, can we play some R&B music before we get this thing started? Get this thing warmed up. Y'all gotta get up. Y'all gotta get up. Get up. Get up.
You know when part was supposed to come in, it didn't come in though.
There we go. Ladies. What?
From Miami to the Bay.
What?
Ladies, this your song.
We go.
I'm calling out
What?
all the girls in the club tonight. Yeah.
What?
Put your hands in the air. You gon' let them play girl. Come on now. We gotta get this. I'm sorry. All right, turn it up.
Turn this mic up.
And I know you wanna see, I know you wanna be happy, you know what? And I know you wanna love, but I just wanna fuck. Say taking on here, I gotta keep it real. I know you wanna see, I know you wanna be my PED, you know what? Hey, look. Hey, what it is, what you wanna know? I don't miss about 100 shows. You'll be coming back to me, and you'll be coming back. Hey, I was worried about the mother hoes, and you'll be on me when the money though. And they be looking out for Queen, and they be looking out for
Yeah! That's when you R&B, when you can go a cappella.
Yeah.
Don't need no music.
Ain't no tune.
Don't need no tune on these microphones.
Yeah, at all.
That's real singing and shit. Are we supposed to curse? Is this a family friendly show? Cause I'm passionate about this R&B shit.
There's a couple kids in the house.
There's a couple kids. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's a kid. Your progress, your hard work, my brother, is appreciated.
I got an R&B group called Blessed. And yeah, Blessed. We just grinding right now. I got
Tyler Watson. He's on the tour with me right now.
Is Tyler here right now?
You just pointed to the back.
Yeah,
Tyler here.
Is Tyler here too?
Tyler here.
We got to introduce Tyler up on stage.
Yeah, we got to. ATL, I gotta bring my little bro up here.
Yo, what's up? Y'all already know this is, man. This is New York City hottest host, ATL's Crowd Move. I'm here at the Black Effect Podcast, and I'm rocking out with Innovative Media. If you ain't fucking with them, I ain't fucking with y'all. Game over. Let's go. Hang.
What's up, Charlie?
Let's go. What's up, man? You want to do
Once again, we got seats in the front. You want to move to the front? We got all these seats in the front. Let's go. Shout out to these songs.